kind of scary, to come into a hospital. You don't know what's going to happen. Art creates a very positive distraction for patients and for families. You walk in and you forget that you're in a hospital. You're very excited about what you see at the walls and relaxed. And that in itself, we believe, facilitates healing.
So far, we have funded and installed over 450 pieces of art in Children's Minneapolis and Children's St. Paul campuses. When all of the art is funded, we'll have just over 700 pieces of art. Really, we are an art museum of sorts, but it's specifically to benefit our patients and families.
They realize they're part of this. It's not just something to only stare at, something that becomes just background. That's what we don't want the art to be, is just background.
Much of our artwork that we've added into the environment has a sense of being interactive, and some of that I mean physically interactive. You can turn some of the pieces of the artwork around. Underneath it, you might find a little ladybug or something to look at, so you can actually touch and manipulate some of the art. There are pieces that maybe are a little bit more complex, but they're very interactive, and I think they also provide a distraction for patients and families.
Supercapsularia travels the universe from the deep sea to the cosmos, and it has landed here to collect time capsules and shared experiences from individuals in different communities.
And then put it in the machine. And do you have like a certain place you want to
The little ones can approach it and touch it and have their own discoveries and little break away from whatever they're experiencing and talk about it and share those ideas and imaginations and stories with family or whomever they're with.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Carol.
How you doing?
Good.
All right. Well, I brought in some of your work from last week.
I started working with Joe a couple months ago, and they asked that I bring in some art to help make the hospital visit that he will have to make every week a positive one, something that he would look forward to.
So what are you thinking today?
We're gonna make like this salamander. He's gonna have a white body again.
Ooh, all right. So this is his brother, right? All right.
And we're gonna have all three. Sometimes the ideas just come to me. Sometimes it takes a while. Today it took a while.
Did it?
Joe has to be here once a week for an infusion, and he will for the rest of his life. It's really nice that he has something to look forward to and people to talk to, people that he's very comfortable with, and to identify the hospital in a very positive way. Not something that you're scared to go to, but something that the people are wonderful. The art on the walls is so much fun. I can play, I can draw.
It calms me down when I get my stick every week. So when I get my stick, I get really worked up. Then this gets me like from here to here. This is Vincent Van Robo. I made paintings. It didn't turn out the exact way I liked it, but I love it. It's like even better with a couple mistakes. The thing I like about art is you can't make a mistake. Like the Leaning Tower of Pisa sort of was supposed to be straight, but it bent and made it even better.
I had heard that Children's Hospital was looking for artists to create works of art, and I sent some samples of other landscape mosaics that I had done, and I got a call back saying they were interested. I like this little rabbit head in here too. I think he's from an old, like a Beatrix Potter children's cup. Sometimes too, I'll find these plates from like the 1950s and 60s that have these retro patterns on. And if they're the right color, they can really add a lot to the excitement of the piece. It's pretty special to have a work like this in this type of setting. I like the fact that people from all different walks of life get to see it. And I think if you are in the hospital, you're there for a reason that oftentimes is very challenging. And if you can get away from those challenging thoughts, even just for a little while, if you take a walk in the hospital and you see a piece of artwork that distracts you from a moment and makes you think about something positive or gives you a little bit of hope, then that artwork in itself is a real success.
Whenever people ask a medical person about arts and healing, they are really expecting us to pull out the statistics about, well, it lowers heart rate and it reduces anxiety by 41%. And these things are all true. Unfortunately, children who have cancer have to undergo a lot of painful procedures. And we've found that different kinds of artistic endeavors or music therapy, for instance, decreases the amount of sedation they need for these procedures or helps them through the whole process.
Kayleen is being treated for AML, which is a kind of childhood leukemia. She was a baby who was bouncing to music and trying to dance before she could even walk. It's always been something that she's drawn to. And whenever Kim walks in the door and asks us she wants some music therapy, Kayleen's always bouncing and excited and happy for that. For that period of time, she's just in the moment and she's just there and she's not thinking about the fact that she's sick or that she's in the hospital. And I just can't help but think that that period of time when she can just relax and be and listen has got to be helpful for every part of healing.
Kayleen can play the drums really loud. She can play.
I love the art, I really do. And it's been fun to see the evolution of the kind of the mindset about art and healing.
Your neighbor might be sleeping.
We're really expecting more from the art that we have, rather than just be pretty wallpaper.
Kayleen can play the drums. Very nice. Well, thanks for letting me stop by and for singing so much.